Yeah, so after Arizona State University and how we interviewed all those people, we then went to the Turning Point headquarters, which was about 10 to 15 minutes away from campus. And we went there to meet up with a colorful character from down under named Peter. And he is one of the best journalists for Sky News that they have to offer. And I had actually known him from the previous election cycle where I did an interview in front of the Arizona State Capitol about the election, actually a few days before November 5th. And so that's where I'd gotten to know Peter. That's where I'd gotten to know a little bit about Sky News. And I just happened to run into him again at the Turning Point HQ and was able to talk about the impact of Charlie Kirk and what it means really globally.
Got a number of stories when it comes to Charlie Kirk, so you come across him a number of times. Can you speak to that?
Yeah, absolutely. It started in 2021 where I first met Charlie at an event about 75 people, and I actually met Vice President J.D. Vance before he ever ran for office there. And me and my dad had the pleasure to meet Charlie, and I was 15 years old. And I said I wanted to go to Washington, D.C. and make a difference for a congressman. And he said, keep going with it, but above all else, keep God and faith above everything that you do. And whether it's politics, whether it's business, anything else, that was my first impression of Charlie.
And you worked here at Turning Point?
Yes, absolutely. Earlier this year, I worked here as an intern for my degree at ASU and actually caught Charlie in the parking lot about 4 or 5 months ago. And we talked for about 20 minutes, and he just really hammered home that I need to be an amazing boyfriend to my girlfriend, an amazing husband one day, and an amazing father once I get that and blessed enough to have that opportunity.
So is it fair to say you were inspired by him?
Absolutely. He was someone who was larger than life, literally. He was a very tall person, but had a very kind heart, right? He was someone who just showed extraordinary intellect, but also compassion at every turn. And whether it was working for him, being inspired by him, or just having a relationship bringing him on campus, he was truly just someone who, as we see here, is larger than life.